Here we are, YouTube fans. Gardening with Vincenzo. Here's another exciting episode in Vincenzo's kitchen. And as you can see, we're cold outside. And we've got some nice plants on the windowsill. And today, I'm going to show you how to make some gluten-free, low-carb sandwich buns. I posted a picture already of the finished product on Facebook because I had a hamburger today, and here's what they look like coming out of the oven. We're going to show you how to make these lovely sandwich buns slash hamburger buns. They're tasty, they're wonderful toasted. You can use them as a bread as a dinner accoutrement, or you can just use them as sandwiches or for the hamburger buns. And as soon as I get my handy dandy camera back in the tripod, we will be able to start our video. Excuse my thumb. All right, here we go. All right. Hello everybody, this is Gardening with Vincenzo in Vincenzo's kitchen. And we're going to get right into it here. Here in my bowl are my dry ingredients. And here's what my dry ingredients are. 1.25 cups of coconut flour. 1 cup of a combined mozzarella pizza cheese. 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. And 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum, a full teaspoon of swerve sugar, because I want to take some sugar out of this, or put some sugar in here, and also about half a teaspoon of the of salt, and a little bit of the yeast, the Fleischmann's, the bread rising yeast, and a full teaspoon of baking powder because we want a little bit of lift. And as you can see from here, these came out beautiful. Slice them right down in the middle, give them a toast, great for sandwiches just as they are. This will be my second batch. I made 6. This series of ingredients will also make 6. We'll set them off to the side. We'll go right over here, and we'll start with all the ingredients of our dry, which has been mixed up. We're going to add our eggs. We're going to add 6 eggs to this. Again, this is coconut flour. It really absorbs the liquids up. We want it to absorb the liquids up. The eggs adds a little bit of lift to it, although I did not taste the eggs when I was eating my hamburger. Again, I posted the picture on my Facebook page, and I said I'd do a video up, so I'm going to do that. So we're going to take our eggs, and we're going to mix them in here with our dry ingredients. I've already told you the ingredients that are in here. And this kind of goes in 2 stages. We do the eggs first. Well, you can actually feel how stiff it will get. Nice healthy ingredients. Alright, we've got that in there. Now I'm going to add a whole stick of butter. Melted butter. Gives it that nice buttery flavor that you expect from home baked goods. A layering of the flavoring. This is gluten free. This is low carb. In my opinion, economical, because I've sampled the gluten-free buns out there. There's a lot of sugar in those buns, a lot of carbs. All right, so we've added our butter in there. Now we're going to add a couple shakes of extra virgin olive oil. Let that mix in there. It's pretty much like cookie dough right at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of water. And that should do it. Get that all mixed up. We've got our oven preheated at 375 degrees. We're going to use the top rack on a sprayed sheet, which we have right here. We're going to stick him right there. I'm going to move my toppings, which I haven't decided. The other ones that I made, I didn't use any toppings. These can be used very easily, the toppings. If you wanted to make that special bun. If you wanted to make a sesame seed. I've got black sesame seeds. I also have poppy seeds if you wanted a poppy seed bun. Or your traditional sesame seed, the white ones. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to try and get 6 even matches out of here. I'm going to use the large spoon that I used for measuring. And we're going to bring these up, and we want to make them about the size of a softball. We want to squeeze them together. It's almost like making a giant meatball. And then we just want to pat them down. You want them about the size of a nice healthy quarter-pound burger. You want to pat them so you don't get the cracks around the edges. So if you can't see there, you can see the thickness on it. There's one of them that's done pretty good. We're going to take another one, do the same. Using my hands to form them. We're pushing the air out of there. We're letting everything congeal. And again, we're going to pat them. Trying to make them a nice shape. There's 2, number 2. Again, for those that have celiac, those that are diabetic, this is a great recipe for a lower carb, gluten-free bun alternative. For myself, this is what I have to do. I have to make my own bread, my own biscuits, my own bun. I cook a lot of things just myself. There's number 3. I don't think we're going to get 6 out of here, but we might get 5. That's what I got out of the last batch, and I actually added another 1/3 of a cup of the coconut flour. So we're going to pat these up. If they start to stick, just run your hands under some water. I'm used to making the meatballs and the hamburger patties, so for me it's not a strange motion. We're going to get 5 out of this. And one of them is going to be tiny. Maybe I use the 1/3 of a cup instead of the 1/2 a cup. That's what I'm thinking on my measurements. Alright, so we've got 5. They're pretty nicely shaped. Again, we're 375. Get rid of my stuff in the sink. Give my hands a fast rinse off. And now what we're going to do is we're going to decide do we want to put some toppings on these? If you're going to put some toppings on the biscuits, on the hamburger buns, the slash sandwich buns, here's what you're going to do. We're going to take our coconut spray and we're going to give these a good dousing on the tops, around the edges. This will give that nice baked look on them. They get all nice and shiny. And now you have something that you can connect these to. Here's some black sesame seeds. Let's do, there we go. Oh, we're not even opened yet. I thought I did open these guys. Cheating, using the old chompers. There we go. Could use chia seeds on these too, but I use those in my biscuits. But we're going to make these a little bit of black sesame here. Just taking a few black sesames. Put them on the top, make them fancy. So there's our black sesame seeds. I don't want to do poppy. Let's just do the sesames. Now these are the white ones. And we might have to just take some and put them in our hands here. There we go. Put them right in the hand. Sprinkle them on the top. Fancy buns. Again, if you look at the picture on my Facebook page, you'll see took one of these great tasting buns and made a hamburger out of it. And since these ones are already done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one. These have cooled down. I'm going to take one and I'm going to slice it right down the middle so you get it. You can see what the texture is. So you've caught that one right there. And there is the texture on that. I hope that you can see that. I'm going to bring that over there underneath the light. Nice texture. You know, not the same as a regular bun, but then again, these aren't regular buns. These are gluten-free, low-carb buns. These work great. You can freeze them, put them in a bag, put them in the freezer. When you want to use them, they'll keep a long time in the freezer. When you want to bring them out, just bring one out. Hit it for 10 or 15 seconds in the microwave. Slice it down the middle. Throw it in the toaster or use it just as that. Alright, so here what we're going to do. This is our finished product. You can see the nice sesames on there. They've been sprayed with the coconut oil. We're going to put them on there. And these are going to bake for close to 15 minutes. At 10 minutes, I'm going to pull them out. And they should be very close to looking just as these ones right here. Alright. That pretty much finishes me up here with the making of the sandwich buns slash hamburger buns. I hope that you try this recipe, especially if you're celiac, if you're diabetic, gluten-free, low carb. All right, here we are in Gardening with Vincenzo, in Vincenzo's kitchen. Try this recipe. I believe that you'll like it. Think about what you might do different. Maybe you'd like to add a little bit of onion powder in there. Maybe you'd like to add a little pepper in there. What I did was follow pretty much what I did right here without the toppings on it. Be creative. Alrighty. Gardening with Vincenzo. Be safe out there, America.